Head injuries are the leading cause of trauma in Summit County, and odds are high you've suffered one on the slopes. Phil Lindeman with Krystal, 93 News. First, the highest chairlift in North America is open for business. Imperial Chair at Breckenridge started spinning for the season today, taking locals and lowlanders to rarefied air at 12,840 feet. There's riding at Imperial Bowl and Imperial Ridge. There's also access to Whale's Tail and Snow White. Breck is now 80% open. County Commissioner Dan Gibbs announced earlier today he is running for re-election in November. Gibbs has served 7 years as a commissioner and is now in his final term. Before joining the county board, he represented Summit County in the State House and State Senate. In a statement, Gibbs said, "I know how special our community is, and I will continue to work to maintain and enhance the high quality of life we have worked so hard to achieve." In the past 7 years, he has fought for workforce housing and affordable health care. He's also been a conservation advocate and serves as a wildland firefighter when he's not in council chambers. Commissioner and county elections are this November, but town council elections are this April, including mayor seats in Dillon and Silverthorne. Stay tuned this spring for interviews and more with the candidates. Weather Channel superstars are in Breckenridge this week for the annual Glenn Gerberg Weather and Climate Summit. Experts have had plenty to talk about in private sessions, but today at 7 p.m. is a free public presentation from Weather Channel correspondent Paul Goodlow. He and forecasters will discuss this past summer's extreme weather, including the 4 massive hurricanes that tormented North America and the Caribbean in 2017. The presentation goes from 7 to 8:30 p.m. tonight at Independence Ballroom at Main Street Station. It is free and open to the public. If you've bonked your head on the hill, and even if you didn't lose consciousness, you're part of the TBI Club.
We live in a high alpine environment where I'm sure many of us have experienced just walking outside to our car and slipping and falling.
That was Jen Kagan, the TBI program coordinator for St. Anthony's Summit Medical Center. She says TBIs are the #1 trauma injury in Summit County, and the majority happen on the slopes. But how do you know if you have a TBI?
Dizziness, headache, sometimes some nausea, maybe even some vomiting. Confusion certainly is an indicator. Loss of consciousness, although you do not have to lose consciousness or even have any of those symptoms to have a concussion.
Luckily, Kagan said most mild TBIs, like concussions, have minimal long-term impacts, but emotional and psychological symptoms can linger for weeks.
Even in a mild traumatic brain injury, people can see that they are more irritable or more quick to, snap at their coworkers or their family members. They may find themselves more emotional, more tearful.
Just know this, she says, those symptoms are nothing to fear.
That's a big component to head injuries that we need to be aware of, that is just normal, and it'll get better.
If you've suffered a severe TBI, help is out there. Like all injuries, Kagan says support on all sides can speed along recovery, especially as someone is fighting symptoms for months and even years after their injury.
And depending on how severe the brain injury is, it can be difficult on the people around you as well, trying to support you and provide the accommodations that an individual might need to make the best recovery.
St. Anthony's oversees 2 head injury support groups for youth and older adults. The groups meet once per month for yoga retreats, art therapy, and more, and family members are invited. Learn more and find dates at centura.org. Phil Lindeman with Krystal, 93 News.